A woman went for antenatal. In the course of the antenatal, the doctor discovered that the baby in the womb was too heavy to be delivered through natural process. And the doctor called the attention of the woman and said, this child will be delivered through CS. This woman said, no, I can't deliver through CS. She went to her pastor. Her pastor told her, the God of Hebrew women is still alive. He's going to prove himself once again in your life. You will deliver like Hebrew women. That is Exodus chapter 1. If you read Exodus chapter 1, you will discover that this is a wrong application of the scripture. Exodus chapter 1, the Hebrew women who were delivering their baby with pace and speed was a lie told by Egyptian midwives. When Pharaoh discovered that the Hebrew people, their number was increasing, and he became afraid that over time they will become so numerous and build a strong military force that can overpower Egyptian people. And Pharaoh called Egyptian women, those midwives, and told them, whenever you are delivering a Hebrew woman of a child, if the child is a male, kill the child during delivery. If the child is a female, allow the child to live. But because these Hebrew women feared God, they could not bring themselves to do this. So they were still delivering Hebrew women of their children. And when Pharaoh heard of it, he was alarmed and called them and asked them, why are you not carrying out my instruction? These two holy women told Pharaoh, we don't know these Hebrew women. They are vigorous and strong. Before even we come to deliver them, they have given birth to a child. And somebody in the world of today took it to mean that God has allowed Hebrew women to deliver without CS and thereabout. The time Hebrew women were delivering baby, there was nothing like CS. So that understanding doesn't match. Now this woman refused, and her pastor assured her that she's going to deliver like Hebrew women. On the day she was in labor, she entered the labor room. 2 hours, she was still pushing. The baby was not coming. The doctor told her, I think we have to apply CS. This woman said, no, call me my pastor. The pastor came inside the labor room and began to prophesy and make declaration that you are going to deliver like Hebrew women. I know the God himself. He is still alive and active. He keeps his covenant ever in mind. The doctor kept saying this. The pastor kept saying this. The doctor just stood by the side observing them. When the pastor finished his beat and left, the woman stayed in labor again for extra 4 hours. After 4 hours, it was 6 hours. The woman was already weak. The child in the womb was already weak. That when it became obvious that his child is not coming out, they resorted to CS. Before the child was brought out, it was a stillborn. The child was dead. And then the woman died 2 hours after the operation. That is not faith. This is not the understanding of faith. Faith is not meant to rob you of your reason. It's not meant to rob you of your critical mindedness. Anybody who sees faith in this understanding, you are in for big trouble. I remember the story of a woman who went to hospital and she was diagnosed of cancer of the breast, and the doctor told her, you are lucky you came early enough, that the cancer is still at the developing stage. We just cut off that breast and you'll be okay. This woman went home, went to a priest who told her, forget about it. The God I'm serving will heal you. Of course, God heals. I have no doubt about that. But God has also given us wisdom to create breakthroughs in medical field. This woman believed the priest. She was given oil and holy water. She was drinking holy water and applying the oil. And then after about 2 months, she went back to hospital to run tests to know if the case, the cancer cells are dead or God has removed everything. When she went there, the doctor exclaimed in shock and said, you were here 3 months months ago. The woman said yes. The doctor brought her the file and said, what happened? Why didn't you go? The woman was like, maybe a miracle has happened. The doctor told her that the cancer has spread all over her body, that she should prepare for her death. A priest friend who told me this story told me that the last day he went to give the girl final sacrament and prayer, the girl was telling her, if I had known, I would have followed the advice of the doctor. According to the priest, as she was in terrible pain and agony before eventually she died. This is not how to apply faith. If we follow understanding of faith literally as it was in the scripture, you will be in trouble. This was what led one. There was a story I heard that happened in a battle. A prominent pastor told his people, his congregation, that he's going to repeat the miracle of Daniel, whom God preserved in the lion den. So, on a certain day, he called his congregation and they are going to the zoo in the University of Ibadan. They went there, and this man went to the zoo attendant and told him that he want to enter in and pray for the lion. Is lion looking for miracle or prayer or what? Why pray for the lion? The zoo attendant said, no, you're not going there. This man insisted, I want to go. Eventually, he was allowed. The cage was open. This man entered. The moment he entered, the lion ran back. This man thought, oh, my God is at work. My faith is at work. The lion is already. He raised his Bible. By the power of God who closed the mouth of lion when Daniel was placed there, I command you to keep shut. The lion ran back all the more, as if afraid. The man glowed that his faith was making way. He didn't realize that the lion was saying prayer before me. He didn't realize that the lion was saying prayer before me. The next thing that happened took the breath out of everybody's heart. People saw somebody's Bible flying up. It happened that the lion just pounced on him and used him for his lunch. That is madness. If you apply faith like this, something is wrong with you. John Paul II wrote a very beautiful book about faith. He called it Fides et Ratio, Faith and Reason. If you get this book, the very first sentence you will see there is this: faith and reason are two wings with which the human spirit rises to the contemplation of truth. And God has placed in the heart of man a desire for truth, so that by knowing himself, he will also end up knowing God. Faith and reason are two wings. You cannot fly with one. If you fly with only faith alone, you will be in trouble. If you fly with only reason alone, you will be in trouble. You must fly with the two. So reason must always accompany faith. Faith must also accompany reason. If you don't go this way, you'll be in trouble.